Shalom, Apostle Hart coming back at you with the truth, giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And I'm going to entitle this America is mentioned in the scriptures. This is a site entitled End Time Ministries, and we had called these people, if I'm not mistaken, this is maybe 2 weeks ago, because we had Googled this and this came up, and we had called them, and basically, I guess you got to, it was on a Saturday, and I guess you got to call them between Mondays and from Monday to Friday, and it's on one of the live shows. Anyway, we read part to this here site, and I'm going to go back to it. It says, U.S. discovered in the Bible. U.S. meaning United States. There's a video. I didn't watch this video as of yet. It's by Irving Baxter. I mean, I could have watched it, but I guess I'll watch it after this video. After I do this video. It says, where is the United States in Bible prophecy? See, I don't have to watch it to get any new information, because they have somewhat some type of knowledge of America being in the Bible, but they really don't. They really can't break it down to you. Okay, it goes on to say U.S. discovered in the Bible. And I'll read this. And I'm just going to do some reading from this site. And then I'm going to wait until the Spirit hits me to lead me to some scriptures here. It says, I believe that this is, okay, U.S. discovered in the Bible. It says, I believe that this is the most exciting prophecy in the entire Bible. Oh, and by the way, we did a video pretty much going into the same subject, and there's a spirit out there. There's a brother from Hawaii, the GMS brother from Hawaii, Yahweh. He did a video on America, proof that America is absolute proof that America is found in the scriptures or the Bible. So that's the spirit, and I watched the whole video. It was a very good video. You know, he went right into the point. It wasn't too long. You know, now if you notice, if the spirit's on us to go long, we'll go long. But, sometimes, you hit the point, and you leave it alone. So sometimes you see a brother do a video for 5 minutes and says a whole lot. And then sometimes the spirit jumps on us, and we'll go 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. Anyway, it says U.S. discovered in the Bible. I believe that this is the most exciting prophecy in the entire Bible. And another thing, I'm stopping again. Please forgive me. This is something that Esau doesn't want to delve into, because he doesn't want to just like in a movie Omen, Damien, he had to come to the realization that he was the Antichrist, the devil, which was it's Hollywood BS. But there's certain things you don't want to know about yourself. And these scholars are not going to, read the scriptures and come out and say, well, look, this is America. They're the Edomites, and we're going into slavery. Because if they admit that that America's in the Bible, spoken of as Babylon the Great, or being the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, or sitteth upon scarlet colored beast. See, if they admit to that, which they know the super elite. You have these scholars, historians, biblical historians that all they do is pretty much night and day as they go into the scriptures, and they know that the scriptures, the Bible is the word of the Most High because their presidents swear on the Bible, and that's been going on since time immemorial. You go back, 200 years, 100 years, 150 years. You go back to the first Edomite presidents on up till the current president, Donald J. Trump. They all, swearing on the Bible. And even in the inaugural address of Donald J. Trump, someone read out of the Apocrypha. Now, where do you think they get the idea of reading out of the Apocrypha from? They've been watching us. We've been pushing the Apocrypha. And I believe the individual read from Wisdom of Solomon 9, if I'm not mistaken. I'll go through it later. And you can actually go to the inaugural. I guess if you put in Donald J. Trump full inaugural, you'll actually see it. And I was shocked and amazed when I saw that devil, or heard that devil, read from the Apocrypha, because I was in a vehicle listening to XM radio. Anyway, let me read this. It says, I believe that this is the most exciting prophecy in the entire Bible. We have absolute proof that the United States can be discovered in the Bible. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heavens strove upon the great sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth. Now, if you understand that prophecy that's talking about the Babylonian Empire coming into power, the power before that was the Assyrians. So the lion standing up on his feet is talking about Babylon the Great. And made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's mind was given to it. Daniel chapter 7 verse 2 to 4. And I was talking about Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, the four beasts. Daniel wrote in 550 BC or thereabouts. And yet God said that no one would be able to understand these prophecies until the time of the end. Let me go to that real quick. I'm going to go to Daniel 12. Okay, it says here, Daniel 12 verse 9. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. So if you go back to the 1800s, the 1700s, you had these so-called pastors and ministers and Bible experts of the Bible, claim that they know the scriptures and the prophecies. They don't know the scriptures and the prophecies. because we're in the time of these last day prophecies, so we can see it crystal clear. It says, in the 4th verse, but thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. Go back to the 9th verse. Start at the 8th verse. And I heard, I meaning Daniel, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? So that proves to you that Daniel didn't understand these prophecies, because it's Daniel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Obadiah, Ezekiel, Zechariah, Joel, all the various prophets. They Ezekiel, they received these prophecies but didn't understand them. We understand them because we are the prophets coming back. So they were on the scene to write down, see these prophecies, these visions, and write them down. And we're here today breaking them down. Because I'm going to read the 8th verse again. It says, and I heard, this is Daniel speaking, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord. Oh, the word is Yahweh Yah, meaning Yahweh Yah, meaning my Yahweh, my Lord. What shall be the end of these things? I'm going to read again. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? Because he didn't understand what he was seeing. All he did was scribe down what he saw. The visions that he experienced. So we see it in the book that was written so many thousands of years ago, well over 2,000 years ago, about 2,500 years ago, approximately, and we can see it crystal clear. 9th verse, and he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. So did Daniel understand these prophecies? No, he didn't understand them. Do we understand them? Yes, we understand them. Let me go to the 10th verse. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked, Esau, the Edomites, the so-called white man, shall do wickedly. Malachi 1 should come to mind. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise, the chosen elect of Israel, shall understand. It says, and from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate, and Yahweh Shai spoke about this, the abomination that maketh desolate. Matter of fact, let me go to that. Bear with me for a minute. Bear with me. Okay, I'm going to go to Matthew 24 verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. So what did Yahweh mean by that? This is in Mark 13 and verse 14. But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet standing where it ought not, which is the holy place, let him that readeth understandeth. He said that again. It said, whosoever readeth, let him understand. Not everybody's going to understand this. Then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains. Okay, this right here, this is Revelation 21 verse 7. And there's the proving that Esau shall not enter into the city gates, Jerusalem. They're going to be outside the gates. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, Esau defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. Who's written in the Lamb's book of life? Well, it starts with the elect, and then later on the rest of Israel. So Yahweh quoted what Daniel said. I'm going to read the 11th verse again. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. What is that talking about? You brothers should know that. '12th verse. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Proving that Daniel is back here among us. We don't know who he is. So now going back to this end time ministries. Okay, Daniel wrote in 550 BC, and yet God said that no one would be able to understand, including Daniel at that time. And I read it. So don't jump up. Talking about Daniel. Look, let me go to that again. Because before somebody gets simple. 8th verse, Daniel 12 verse 8. And I heard, but I understood not. Who's speaking here? Daniel the prophet. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? So he's asking Lord, what's going to happen? Because I don't understand what's going on. I'm writing this down. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it says, and yet God said that no one would be able to understand. Does Daniel understand now in this present time? Yes, he does. Daniel is one of them brothers out there on the highways and the byways, pushing the word. It says, and yet God said, I'm reading the word God because I'm going verbatim, that no one would be able to understand these prophecies until the time of the end. So then you understand it now? Yes, he does understand it. Most commentaries teach that the four beasts of Daniel's dream are the same four successive empires represented in Nebuchadnezzar's statue: Babylon, Medo-Persian, Greece, and Rome. And which all the biblical scholars, they well understand that Daniel, the 7th chapter, is referring to the Babylonians, Medo-Persians, Greece, and Rome. They all understand that. They all agree. There's no argument about that subject. And then even if you go into secular history, during these time periods, you actually had a Babylonian Empire. This is why we know that the Bible is the book. You can't make this book with any other book. Isaiah 34:16. You read that on down. But Babylon, the Babylonian Empire, in your secular textbooks, history books, your secular books, it speaks about the Babylonian Empire. Medo-Persian Empire. It mentions Cyrus. It mentions Xerxes. It mentions Darius. Greece. First, when you think about ancient Greece, the first thing that should pop in your head is Alexander. And then there were 4 leaders that came into power after Alexander died at the age of 32. That's in the scriptures, and that's also in your secular history, your secular textbooks. And Rome. Hell, everybody knows about Rome. They made countless movies on the Roman Empire, the pagan, ancient Roman Empire. The Gladiator. The Eagle. There was another one, starts with a C, which dealt with the those various legions that went out to fight against the Germanic tribes that never returned back. What was the name of that damn movie, man? Anyway, if it doesn't come back to me, somebody put it on the comment board. Or hopefully it'll come back to me before this video ends. But it starts with a C. Alright, it says I believe it starts with a C. It says however, all 4 of Daniel's beasts are in existence when the Lord returns. In Daniel 7 verse 12, Daniel saw that the other beasts had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season at a time. It is clear that the 4th beast is still in power when the Lord comes back. The word there is Jesus comes, because the little horn on that beast made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Now a lot of these scholars say that little horn is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes out of the Seleucus dynasty. And see, when you go into these scriptures, you have to know this ancient history. because you had an actual man named Antiochus Epiphanes in secular history. That's why we know that this book is a book of truth, the Bible. It said made war with the saints. Now this is not, this little horn right here is not talking about Antiochus Epiphanes. It's talking about America itself, and prevaileth against them until the Ancient of Days came. Because the Ancient of Days did not come during the reign of Antiochus Epiphanes. And judgment was given to the saints. This didn't happen yet. And this is not talking about 70 AD. There are scriptures in the Bibles that in the scriptures in the Bible that speaks about 70 AD. Even our Lord spoke about 70 AD. But this is not talking about 70 AD. This is something that didn't happen as of yet. It says until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. We're waiting for that day. And the super elite knows that that day is coming. That's why they're using every element to come up against us, to demonize us. And the time came that the saints, Israelites, possessed the kingdom. Now let me go to that. Let me go to that. Daniel 7. I'm in the spirit on the Lord's day. The Lord's day is the Sabbath. We're in the Sabbath right now. I'm going to go to Daniel 7. And I already see, man, I'm not going to be able to go into all these various scriptures, but the Spirit is going to jump on other brothers to continue on where I left off. Because I can already see, if I go into all these scriptures, I'll be here for the next 3 hours. Easy. So this is an ongoing thing. You got to catch it, man. When these videos pop up, you got to catch them. And it's good to go into these prophetic, scriptures that of Daniel and Jeremiah and Isaiah and the book of Revelation. Because I did a video a couple of days ago on Revelation 11 chapter, and I got a lot of good response from the people out there, saying that, great breakdown, this, that, and the other. Because, what people do, they go into these different breakdowns and they'll jump over verses, and they'll hit, out of a whole chapter, they might hit a handful of verses, but then what does the verse above that mean? And what does the verse below that mean? And what does that verse mean? And what does the last verse mean? And what does the fifth verse mean of this particular chapter? So it's good to go into what we call breakdowns. Okay, so Daniel 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. And by the way, when the thrones are cast down, this didn't happen yet. Daniel 7 verse 9 did not take place yet. It's getting ready to take place. We were living in that time. Because you read in the news, whether you watch CNN or RT News, they speak about Brexit, and Angela Merkel, which is the head of Germany, the president of Germany, or prime minister, whatever. She said, she made a statement that we can no longer rely on U.S. anymore. We have to rely on ourselves. So that's that breaking up of those 10 toes in Daniel, the 2nd chapter. You know, Brexit is you know, when I first heard in the news, which goes back almost a year ago, you know, Brexit, when I first heard about Brexit, you can look that up, Google that, it's worth a Google. I immediately thought of the 10 toes in Daniel 2 and the beast in Daniel 7. But more so Daniel 2, the 10 toes. It says, Daniel 7 verse 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. That's the Father, the Supreme Yahweh, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. Meaning he had to be a so-called black man. He had woolly hair. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Because the, I don't know if they went up there and told you that when you go into the scriptures, when the Lord comes back and the angels come back, they're coming back, and what these Edomites referred to as UFOs, unidentified flying objects. We call them IFOs because we know what they are. They're the angels. 10th verse. A fiery stream issued and came forth. And this didn't happen yet. This is getting ready to happen. It's not talking about 70 AD. Even though the angels came down, there was reports. Josephus, Flavian Josephus, which was an Uncle Tom, because he was in good with the Romans. He was allowed to record the siege of Jerusalem by the Vespasian dynasty. Tenth verse. I'm sorry, I said the Vespasian dynasty. Vespasian was the father. It was the Flavian dynasty, which consisted of Vespasian, Titus, Domitian, and I believe it was Nerva. And according to historical accounts, John that they call John the Revelator, or John the Apostle, was sentenced to the Isle of Patmos during the time of his reign. Nerva. Ten verse. A fire stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000. 10,000 times 10,000. That's a big number. That's a big number. A lot of angels, a lot of saints. Stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. And I beheld them, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain. The beast that was slain was not the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire. It was the last leg, the awakening of the quickening of the Roman Empire, which is NATO and the EU. I beheld even till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning fire. That's that nuclear fire. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. Because the descendants of the Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, which are Edomites, they're still here. 13th verse. I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like unto the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven. Okay, so now let me go to Acts. The Esau getting scared now. The elite, they getting scared, man. Okay, Acts 1. Bear with me. Okay, I'm going to go to Acts 1. I'll start from 5. You can read the whole chapter if you like. For John truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit. The word there is ghost. Not many days hence. And you can read about that in the second chapter of Acts. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, or Yahweh, will thou at this time restore again a kingdom to Israel? And this is after the Great Commission. Why didn't they say the kingdom of Israel and those other nations that you spoke about when you mentioned the Great Commission? No, they said, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Not any other nation. And don't get mad at us. You want to get mad at somebody, get mad at the Most High. Get mad at Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. We're only messengers, man. 7th verse. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit or the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. Now, when did the apostles ever go to the uttermost part of the earth, which is the extreme west? They didn't do it in their lifetimes. They came back and they're doing it right now. The uttermost part of the earth is talking about the other side of the earth, which is the west, which is America. And you can go deeper than that. It's Canada, America, Central America. You got brothers among the elect that are in other nations. You know, London, Germany, brothers even in Africa, man. And you brothers can mention, you know, if you're from another country, you can mention, you know, where you from in the comment board. So these Christians, these fake ass Christians, these grape juice drinkers, they can't get that, because then they would have to admit or acknowledge that there's a thing called reincarnation. 9th verse. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he is the Lord, Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls sweet Jesus. He was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. 10th verse. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel. These had to be angels. It's not going to tell you that they're angels, but they had to be angels. These were men that had the insight, the intel, and they were wearing white garments. Which also said, ye men of Galilee, talking to the apostles, the disciples. These had to be angels. Why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which that's what they said, Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So in other words, you shall see him again. And this is how we know, this is how I know that those 2 men in white apparel were angels, because they had the insight, they had the intel. Okay, so now let's go back to the 13th verse, Daniel 7 verse 13. Okay, it says, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and we just read about that. So this is talking about him coming back. So this is talking about after the book of Acts. And came to the Ancient of Days, just like the 2 men in white apparel, which were angels, told them they're going to come back. This is not talking about 70 AD. This didn't happen yet. It's getting ready to take place. We're looking forward to this. And they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom. Because the kingdom didn't come in no 70 AD, man. The Lord says, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So ultimately, the will of the Father is going to be done on earth as it is in heaven. Order. The kingdom. So the 13th verse didn't take place as of yet. The 14th verse didn't take place as of yet. And there was given him dominion and glory in the kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages which are Israelites should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So in order for this kingdom to be established, this current kingdom, Esau's kingdom, has to be destroyed. '15th verse. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the vision of my head troubled me. Because Daniel didn't know what was going on. Somebody please jump up and say, Tahar saying Daniel didn't know what was going on. Yes, Daniel didn't know what was going on. It was above his head, as the saying goes. Don't let me have to go back to Daniel, the 12th chapter. And I already know there's going to be response videos that's going to come from this here video. And that's a beautiful thing. I came down to one of them that stood, the highest Daniel, that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me, and this was the angel, and made me know the interpretation of things. These great beasts, which are four kings. So we know that this is not talking about actual animals, actual beasts, which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints, the Israelites of the Most High, shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Forever, ever? Forever, 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 ever? And so all you Israelites that are running back to that plantation Christianity, man, you in for a rude awakening. 19 verse. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others. The fourth beast, which was diverse or different from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron. Talking about the Roman Empire. But it's also referring to, when you go to Revelation, the 13th chapter, speaks about the beast being wounded and being rose back up again. You can go ahead and read that. I'm not going to read it. It says, in his nails of brass was devoured, break in pieces, and stamped the residue with their feet. Roman Empire. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. And a perfect example of that was when Donald J. Trump, the current president of the U.S., went over there to the headquarters of NATO, and he was in the back, and he pushed the leader of, I believe, Moldova, if I'm not mistaken, pushed him out the way, and kind of came at the front, and he kind of shrugged his jacket, his jacket, like he's a man. So whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. So that horn represents America when it came into power, and it came over here to America. The Americas took down the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Reuben, took down those other tribes, and gathered up the Israelites that were at that time in West Africa, and brought them over here against their will to serve slavery. So those are all the saints. The tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Reuben, Gad, Simeon, Zebulun, Issachar, Ephraim, all the tribes, Naphtali. Yeah, that's why so many Jakes are waking up. You even have actors and entertainers and people in the rap and in the hip hop industry that are clinging on to this whole Israelite thing. How long this been going on? This thing. Y'all know what I'm quoting from, right? The movie Get Out. So that's what Esau's saying. How long has this been going on? This thing, this Hebrew Israelite thing. You got to have fun with this. It says, until the Ancient of Days came, which is the Heavenly Father, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. Psalms 149, you can read that. It was it five verses long, 6 verses long, 5 verses long. And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, who are the saints of Israelites, starting with the elect. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. (23rd verse). 23rd verse. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth. The Romans never devoured the whole earth. The Romans, America was not one of the provinces of Rome. So Gad and Reuben and the other tribes, which we call the so-called Latin tribes, they wasn't paying tribute to ancient pagan Rome. This is the last leg of Rome, man. It said, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. That's after the beast rose up from that deadly wound. And the 10 horns of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. That's talking about America. It's not talking about a man. And the 3 kings that he subdued was the French. You had the French-American War. You had the, you go into that history, you had the Louisiana Purchase. Then you had the Spanish-American War. Then you had the Revolutionary War. Those are the three kings. The 3 nations that this one nation subdued. You know, the British, Great Britain, France, and Spain. 25th verse. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. I don't even got to break that down. And think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and dividing of times. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. There goes again, unto the end. So this is all going to take place at the end of this man's system. We're living in that time. This is the generation. And the kingdom and dominion and greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. This didn't happen yet. This is getting ready to happen. Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, meaning my mind, much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. Yeah, the word there translates into mind. Cogitations. The word there in the Hebrew, it says in the Aramaic, Ra'ay Yawan, And when you click on that, the word is thought. The word there is thought. Mental conception. Corresponding. Anyway, with that, I'm going to close, and I'm pretty sure the Spirit's going to jump on other diligent brothers out there. I stress the word diligent to go further with this thing. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.